guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Volkswagen Golf GTI. And huge thanks to Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel in Wesley Chapel, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have a beautiful dealership and a really impressive inventory. I'll leave a link to it below. And if you're in the Florida area looking for a new car, I would definitely suggest checking these guys out. So for those of you guys who don't know, the Golf's been part of Volkswagen's lineup since 1974. That's when the first generation, or MK1, was released. Fast forward to 1976, Volkswagen ended up making a GTI version of the Golf. That car came equipped with a 1.6-liter four-cylinder, which was enough to get it to 110 miles per hour, which at the time was a pretty impressive top speed, definitely putting that vehicle on the map. But here for 2022, we have the MK8 GTI, which was released in 2019, came onto the dealership lots in 2020. This specific GTI is going to be the SE, which is a mid-trim sitting between the S and Autobahn models. This car is also going to have a 6-speed manual, definitely making it much more fun to drive, but we'll check all that out in 1 minute. As far as the front end styling, let's jump right in. You can immediately see these beautiful daytime running strips on top of your LED headlights. There'll be dual projector beam headlights, and the daytime running strip continues for the bottom portion. You got the aluminum right over here with some black headlight housing right outside. As far as the paint, the sun's kind of gone by now, but this paint is going to be a really nice blue metallic. You're not going to really be able to pick up the metallic, but it's a really beautiful blue color, especially with that red strip, the way that it meets really flushly with the daytime running lights. Up front, you got your Volkswagen badge, ton of airflow for your intercooler for this 2-liter turbocharged engine, and it's going to make a pretty decent amount of power. Expect horsepower numbers to be around 241 and 273 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this car to 60 in around 5 seconds with a DSG, maybe 5.5 if you're really quick with shifting the gears on the 6-speed manual. As you notice, we're also going to have parking sensors up front, really nice lights out here. As far as this wheel and tire setup, let's check it out. So the rims are going to be completely blacked out. I like the contrast with this red brake caliper. It's just going to be a dual piston, no Brembo brakes, but still very impressive. As far as the rims, they're going to have these really cool backwards wide designs. Very nice 18-inch rims. They're going to be wrapped in 225/40 R18s Pirelli P0 all-season tires. So pretty low profile, very aggressive style over here with these 18-inch rims. You notice another GTI badge outlined in red right here. The mirror is going to have an LED turn signal on it, and the glass on the mirror, it's going to be pretty large, not the largest. We're not going to have the blind spot monitoring on the mirror itself, but it's going to be right over here on this little corner. It'll light up when there's a vehicle in your blind spot. Continuing along, we are going to have smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Volkswagen badge right here. Everything's over here is going to be blacked out too. No chrome for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, no tints either, but that could be added aftermarket. No smart access for the rear, wouldn't really be expected. Same wheel and tire setup back here, 225/40 R18s, but it's just going to have a single piston brake caliper out rear. Back here, you got the Golf little nameplate on your taillights, which are also going to be LEDs. You got the turn signals and reverse lights, turn signals and reverse lights right back there. The Volkswagen badge is going to be how you open up the trunk. You simply just pull this up and the trunk opens. We'll check that out towards the end of this interior exterior walk around before we take it out for a drive. GTI badge is going to be red, very nice. I like the aluminum right back here. Definitely going to keep your trunk from getting scratched as frequently. But the parking sensors continue back here, so we're gonna have the full 360 sensing. You can see the exhaust tips rumbling around right back here, surrounded by this pretty cool diffuser. But we'll take a step back. You can take a full look at the rear styling on this 2022 GTI, and let's rev it up a little bit and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was of course the sound of the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder sold by Volkswagen for the GTI. Unfortunately, even with this 6-speed manual, we're going to have a 4,000 RPM rev limiter. This latch, a little bit tricky to access, but once you figure it out, you can notice we're not going to have struts, going to have to deal with a prop rod. So I'll try to show you the process without dropping the hood on my head. But here you have it. Here's your 2-liter 4-cylinder, enough to make 241 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque, getting this thing to 60 around 5 seconds with the DSG, 5.5 if you're really quick with shifting the gears. The battery's on the driver's side, but not a big deal since the motor's pushed pretty well to the left. The intake's in a good location. That's about it though. No strut tower braces on this SE trim, but that can be added on aftermarket. I'll try to show you the process of strutting this hood. Pretty easy overall, and I like how there's a lot of like cladding on the inside of the hood so you're not burning yourself when you're holding it up. But you can take a look at this front styling one last time. I love those daytime running strips, and if we didn't mention, you're also going to have fog lights right down here, which are also LEDs. But Stepping over here, we'll check out the interior on this 2022 GTI. And as far as the door panel, everything's gonna be soft touch up top. Aluminum grab handle, very nice quality, lock and unlock. I like this little carbon flash, faux carbon fiber trim right beneath the soft touch on the upper part. This area is gonna be hard touch for the frame, but every inch of area where your arm will be touching is gonna be soft. This is not gonna be storage, it's mostly just a grab handle. You got power one touch for all 4 mirrors, windows, and you have 4-way adjustable mirrors right over here, which are also heated. This whole storage area is lined with felt. I don't know if you could pick up the actual size of this. You could probably fit a gallon of water in here, it's so large. Probably not a gallon of water, but you can easily fit a 2-liter bottle of soda. Stepping inside, as you can see, we do have 3-person memory seats on the seat, 2-way lumbar control, slide, recline, power seats, full power seats, really nice seats too. Check out the contrast with this gray and dark gray contrast. Everything's perforated. These are gonna be heated and cooled seats. That's gonna be coming on your leather seat package. But overall, really impressive seat from the top all the way to the bottom. Love the red accents. Super supportive with the bolstering for the top and the bottom, but not gonna be overly supportive. So if you're a big dude, you're like 225 plus, these seats are not gonna be pinching you in the ribs. I also like the red behind the seat. We'll check that out once we go into the back seat. But taking a step inside this 2022 GTI, you guys can really check it out. First thing you notice is the steering wheel. I absolutely love it. Super thick, one of the best steering wheels in the business. We just got out of the 430i BMW with the M package, and that steering wheel is probably my favorite in the business. This steering wheel is right up there. Great 10-2 bolstering notch, making the 10-2 super supported. 9-3 is perfect. Thumb slot's excellent, and it caves in for your hands really well. You get an additional notch right over here, which really keeps your hands supported on the 9-3. We're also gonna have a flat bottom. Love the red accents with the GTI. This area over here is going to be a rubberized plastic material with the VW badge over here. As far as the horn, okay, that was pretty aggressive. I wasn't really expecting it to be that aggressive, but people will definitely be getting out of your way. You adjust the volume right here, cruise control settings, hill descent control, adjusting infotainment. And speaking of infotainment, you got quite a bit of stuff to look at. We'll check that out in 1 second. Heated steering wheel, skip the songs, and the voice commands right over here. But again, behind the steering wheel, we have these turn signals notches. Pretty satisfying to click. They do feel a little bit flimsy, but still, most of you guys I know don't really care about that. We're not going to have rain sensing wipers, unfortunately, but when the rain starts getting more intense, you can simply just go between high and low. As far as the display, it's going to be adjusted with these buttons right over here. You press this button, you can see your destination on your display, overall settings. You can have no display at all. You see the travel time and the distance, average speed, your navigation you can have on your display, audio, what song's playing, your phone, you can see the messages, your phone calls, your average speed. That's probably what we're going to be leaving it on for this review, but it's still really nice that you can see all these different things on your display. You can see your acceleration, G-meter, compass, destination information, and your overall settings as well. But my personal favorite, like we said, is just leave it into the speed. We got the tachometer, goes to about 6,500 with a digital speedo right next to it, and you got the mode that you're currently in as well. As far as the screen over here, I personally don't think it's very easy to use. It's pretty responsive when it comes to the screen itself, but once we go into the navigation, if we can get into the navigation, you'll see press the map. It's not gonna be the most responsive. It's more than responsive enough, and the resolution is definitely there. But again, it's not gonna be as responsive as iDrive, but it's more than good enough. That's not going to be a complaint with this car whatsoever. My complaint with the screen is that everything runs through it. If you want to adjust the heated and cooled or heated and ventilated seats, you got to do it through the screen. Adjusting the climate is going to be run through these little touch sensors right down here. Same with the volume controls for the media. I kind of wish they gave us some buttons, but I'm sure everybody that drives this car or owns this car is going to get used to it in no time. You got the vents right back here, automatic climate, of course. You got the heated and ventilated seats, as we mentioned. All the settings, you got the sound settings. You can adjust the bass, treble, and whatnot through there. Continuing down here, you got the assists, climate control, menu, hazards, and the drive mode. So you can press this button, you can adjust between eco, comfort, sport, and custom. We'll start off in comfort and then transition into sport and see what the differences are. Down here, we do get a wireless charging pad. That's a nice touch. Your engine start stops back here. 6-speed manual, that's definitely the big part about this 2022 GTI. You get the electronic parking brake right behind it. Right here, we got a cup holder. As you can see, it's gonna be sliding around, but Volkswagen thought it through. This piece right here does come out. Not quite sure how, but it does. I'm not gonna try to, oh, you just press this button and it comes out and turns into a real cup holder. We can put this thing right back. You got the 12-volt back here, good spot for a radar detector. And as you see, this is ready to be a cigarette lighter too, if it wants the conversion. But anyway, back here, you can have a little key. Not quite sure what that's for. Maybe it's just an area for you to leave your keys. The center console area right here, it's going to be outlined in this contrast red stitching. Very beautiful. The console itself, we can open it up. Pretty weight resistant too. Definitely don't feel that very often. But as far as space, you could probably fit, I would say five 12-ounce glass bottles back here with basically no issues. You may be able to fit a 6, but I personally don't think you will. I think if you fit 5, you should be more than happy enough. But shutting this down, again, this is very well rate resisted. That's my first impression of that. This air vent area does continue very flushly. This whole thing is not an air vent, but I do like how it leads flushly between the vents. As far as the glove box, it's going to be massive. You can easily fit 20 to 25 license plates in there with no problem. Probably fit at least 2 pairs of shoes too. Very spacious glove box. The dashboard, everything's going to be soft touch. The materials in this car are fantastic, and we also get a Harman & Kardon premium audio system. This mirror is going to house your garage opening settings right here. It's going to be auto dimming and frameless. We also get a little compass on it as well. But back here, we got the interior lights. As far as the sunroof to open it up, again, more touch sensors. Not quite sure why they made everything with a touch sensor, but you simply press that button and it slides. You swipe back and the sunroof opens up completely. And it's a very large sunroof, surprisingly large, definitely almost like moonroof territory. It doesn't open up all the way, but still more than enough. It's a pretty beautiful day right now in Wesley Chapel, Florida. It is getting a little bit late, so we're gonna have to shut this thing up and carry along before it does get dark. But that's about it for the front seat. We can take a look at the window sticker real quick. I'm not going to go through all of the features, but you guys can pause and see everything that comes on a 2022 Golf GTI SE standard. LED lighting, you got the 2-liter dual overhead cam turbo 4-cylinder, limited slip differential, 6-speed manual. This car really does come loaded with advanced safety features. You got the blind spot monitoring, pedestrian and cyclist monitoring, lane keep assist, front assist, adaptive cruise, travel assist, rear cross traffic alert, and the travel assist comes with semi-automatic driving assistance too. As far as the technology and convenience, we got the 10.25-inch digital display, anti-theft system, keyless access, 10-inch touchscreen with navigation and voice control, Harman & Kardon premium audio system with a subwoofer as well, wireless charging too. Really loaded from the factory. If that's not enough for you, we do have quite a few options, starting with this $1,200 SE leather seat package. That gives us full power adjustable seats with memory seats and ventilated Vienna leather seating surfaces as well. We're going to also have the 18-inch black alloy wheels. That's going to be around $400. $355 gives us this auto dimming rear view mirror with the garage home link settings as well. $260 gives you the monster maps, these super heavy duty floor mats. We can't really pick them up because of the plastic that they're covered in, but they're very impressive floor mats. The roadside assistance kit's gonna be $100. You'll see that in the back seat. The 6-speed manual, no extra charge. After a $1,000 destination, expect the total vehicle price to be around $37,500. So very good value in my opinion. This vehicle has just about every option you could possibly want. Some drivers may want to get the DSG because they're not comfortable with the manual, but other than that, I cannot imagine what else you could possibly want or need in this 2022 GTI. That's about it for the front, guys. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, and take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, taking a step in the back seat of the 2022 GTI SE. Up top, we're not gonna have the soft touch materials, unfortunately, just gonna be the hard plastic. Still got the really nice aluminum door handle. The hard touch continues down here, but the area where your arm will be spending all of its time, everything's gonna be unbelievably soft. You got 2 speakers on this door panel, grab handle right here, power 1 touch, nice feature. Felt lined area over here. I don't know if you'll fit a cup in here. It's not really designed to fit a cup, but you can get quite a few snacks back here with no issues. As far as the back seats, solid bolstering even for a back seat. I love the contrast between the stitching gray color and the dark gray. You can see the red on the back of the front seat too. But anyway, the seats are gonna be very high quality leather. As far as the legroom, again, I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and as you see, we are starting to get a little bit close. I have about like an inch or two before my knees would start to touch. The footroom, I have plenty, so for like medium, long trips, I should have absolutely no problems back here. But if you're somebody that's pushing like 6'2", 6'3", and above, you probably wouldn't want to be sitting behind your seat settings. I like how we get vents back here, 2 USB-Cs on the bottom, a little bit of storage. As far as this little center cubby, we do get a string. You can pop it open right here, and you got some padding on both sides, so you can have 2 arms over here and a couple of cups, and I guess I don't want to say it, but you probably feel like a shot glass in there or something. But anyway, we can shut this thing up. Before we do that, actually, we do have a pass-through. So if you want to have some skis or something back here, this center area is more than accommodating enough. We can put this back. We also get 2 map pockets behind the driver and the passenger, so really accommodating back seat. Pretty impressive car overall. You can see the view out of that very large sunroof. That's about it for the front seat and back seat. Let's hop out to the trunk real quick and then take this car out for a drive. And again, so to open up the trunk, you simply push this little bead up thing and then lift the trunk right here. It's not gonna be a power opening and closing tailgate, unfortunately, but you wouldn't really need it to be. It's not that high up. You can simply just shut the trunk with no issues. But here you have it. Not the most space, but those seats do fall down, so you could probably fit between a 50 to 60 inch TV back here with no problems. But again, you are gonna have to drop the back seats to have that space. This rear hatch area is going to be mainly reserved for like groceries and stuff when those rear seats are up. But we can shut this trunk right here. Take a look at the rear styling one last time, and those are LED taillights, really impressive. But that's about it, guys. Let's take this 2022 GTI out for a drive. All right, guys, now that we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2022 Volkswagen Golf GTI SE with the 6-speed manual, let's take it out for a drive. The electronic parking brake is always a confusing little feature for me, but we're starting off in this pretty steep little uphill area, really getting a good feel out for this clutch. Very good feel through it, but taking a step out right over here, you can see a little acceleration run. I'm not going to step in the gas hard right away, but second gear, lean into about a third of the way. Whew, when that boost kicks in, definitely feel a very, very solid shove. But all right, taking a step out here, second gear. Whew, once the boost kicks in, this thing can really, really move. Whew, and it can hit these corners basically effortlessly. This is a very impressive sports car right here. One more corner. Whew, and this is just in comfort mode. We'll put it into sport and see what the differences are. All right, guys, we have an abandoned parking lot over here, and it should definitely give us a good opportunity to see how this vehicle can accelerate off the line. We put it into sport. We're not going to launch it or anything like that, but just leaning into it right here. Whew. Traction control does kick in, so that might have to come off if you want to do real acceleration runs, but just throwing it in right here. We're in sport mode. Whew, the steering is a lot heavier than comfort. On the brakes, throwing it in. Wow, this thing feels really, really sporty. But we'll step out onto the highway in 1 second. It should give us a good opportunity to see how this vehicle can really accelerate. But you can hear some crackles and pops in that exhaust. You don't hear them every time, but you do hear it sometimes, and it sounds pretty good. And remember, this is just a stock exhaust, and this vehicle definitely has a very nice exhaust note. But stepping out right back over here, really smooth. I love the gearbox too, very notchy and super direct steering. And as you know, I absolutely love this really thick flat bottom steering wheel. All right, some more twisties right here. Wow, in sport mode, this thing gets flatter. The steering is on center, super on center, and really well weighted. The sport mode definitely gives you a little bit more weight. Ooh, this thing is an absolute animal. I'll throw in the POV head at some point in this review, try to give you guys a first-hand look driving this 2022 GTI, but I hope you can pick it up on camera. Really impressive. But all right, guys, taking a step out onto this multiple lane highway, second gear should give us a good opportunity to see this acceleration. Boom, right here. Woo! Wow. Traction control even kicks in third gear. So there is definitely a lot of power in this 4-cylinder turbo engine. You may want to get some upgraded sticky tires to really avoid all the potential wheel spin. But all right, guys, taking a step back out right here, we'll check out this vehicle's acceleration, and we'll do it in second gear and on the gas. You'll see. Whew, a little bit of lag, but wow, once it picks up, it really pulls. Whoo! This is a fun sports car, guys, or sport hot hatch is what I mean. But right here, a little pull. Whoo! Pulls for absolute days, but we don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. All right, guys. A lot of traffic. Can't really go anywhere out here, but still, I'm sure anybody that buys this car should probably expect to be in traffic every once in a while. And it's a pretty easy car to drive. The clutch has a very easy engagement point. It engages right towards the middle, so from the middle all the way to the top is just pure engagement. Very easy to learn with, really easy to be smooth with, even in traffic. I do wish that they added automatic rev match. That's probably my only complaint. Most manual transmissions nowadays, especially for sporty vehicles, come equipped with auto rev match. But still, most true enthusiasts prefer rev matching themselves, and it only takes, like, I guess, a few tries until you get it down just about right. And the rev matching is actually instant. It's actually pretty easy to do yourself, surprisingly so. So you're not going to really need the auto rev match, but still nice to have as a standard feature. But right here on the gas, boost kicks in. Whew, fun car, guys. Really fun. Great shifter too. All right, guys, off the line. We're not going to hammer it in first gear, but second gear right here. Step on the gas, not yet because you see the uneven pavement, but right here, let's go. Whoo! On the brakes, throwing it in, very flat. This thing is so grippy, even with these all seasons. And coming out. Whew. Really impressive car. But again, we'll head back right over here to Volkswagen of Wesley Chapel, and again, huge thanks to them for making this review possible. Unbelievable car, really impressive dealership. As you can see, it's really beautiful. You see the lights on the outside of it. But other than that, again guys, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys. And I really appreciate all your constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific vehicles you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. Other than that guys, I had an absolutely fantastic time making this video, and I hope all of you have a great day.